Hello, everybody. This is Anita, your science teacher. How are you, children? I hope all of you are doing good. So, today I've come with a new chapter, a new topic, which is the skeleton system. Children, do you remember the last topic from your textbook, which was the nervous system? We learned the parts of the nerve system, how important each of the parts were, how they are interconnected to one another. With their functioning, our system works smoothly, right? Because our actions, reaction, it depends on the performance of these parts interrelated. Like that, the skeleton system also plays a very important role in the human's life. In this class, we're going to understand our skeleton, parts of our skeleton, joints and ligaments, muscles, types of muscles, how do muscles work? First, let's understand what is skeleton. Have you seen a skeleton child? It can be in your textbook, it can be in the Discovery Channel, any movie or any science lab. You may have seen the skeleton. The skeleton is made up of bones, different sized bones. So these skeleton, they give or they are the framework of your body. Look at the structure of your body. We all have a shape. So this shape is given by the skeleton. Without the skeleton, we do not have a shape. We will be a heap of tissue. So this shape is provided by the skeleton. So it becomes a very important function in the human system. Now, what does the skeleton do? At birth, we all are born with a 270 plus bones. As we grow, the small bones they fuse to each other, and then we have 206 bones at the adult stage. Right, children? And these are the ones they protect the internal organs like the heart, the respiratory, the lungs, the liver. They also protect the organs like the eye, the nose, the taste, the ear, which are the sense organ. So these are the skeleton system which protects the internal organs and the functioning of them. Right? Now let's understand what are the parts of the skeleton system, which is the spine, the skull, the limbs, the ribs, the girdles. Let's understand them one by one. The spine. The other name for the spine is the backbone, children. And these spine are made up of 33 bones which are called as vertebrae. These vertebrae, they sit on one another, okay, and they are attached with a tissue called as the cartilage. This helps them in it acts as a shock absorber. So these vertebrae are found in the spine, and inside they sit on one another like this, and inside this we have the spinal cord which is connected to the skull. The skull, which we can see over here, this is the part where we find the skull. Now, the skull is made up of 22 bones, and it protects our brain. And we all know that brain is one of the most important organ in the human body because it has three other important parts which helps in the it helps in the thinking, it helps in the movement of the body, the message is passed and the message is taken back. So the brain is the controlling part of the body. So the skull protects the brain. Also, here is where we see that it protects the organs like the one which is used for the eyes to smell, to see, to taste, to hear, right? So these organs, that's the sense organ, it is found in the skull and the skull protects it. Right, children? And in the skull, we have only one bone that is movable. The other part of the bones are not movable in the skull and they form the fixed joints here. Okay, children? That we will understand in the later section of the class. Then comes the limbs. Human beings, we have four limbs, two upper limbs, two lower limbs. The upper limb, they are called as the forelimbs. In the forelimbs, we have three bones. The first bone, which is called as the humerus, the other lower two limbs are called as the radius and the ulna. Okay, so they form the forelimbs. The lower limbs, it is called the hind limbs. These hind limbs also have three bones. The upper bone, it is called as the femur, which forms the thigh bone, and the thigh bone is the longest bone in the human body. The lower bones are called the tibia and fibula. So the limbs has four limbs, two upper limbs, two lower limbs. Upper limbs are called the forelimbs, the lower limbs are called the hinder limbs. Then we have the ribs. The ribs are the cages. Like how we have cages for the birds, like that we have cages that protects our internal organ like the heart, the lungs, the liver, the respiratory system. These are protected by the rib cages. We have 12 pairs of rib cages. Left and right, both are equal. The top 10 ribs, they are connected back side to the spinal cord. Right, children? Okay? And these 10 pairs are called as the sternum. Fine, children? Then we have the girdles. The girdles are the bones that will support the arm and the legs. The one that supports the arm, they are called as the pectoral girdles, and the one which supports the leg, they are called as the pelvic girdles. So these are the parts of the skeleton which are very important in the skeleton system. They have their own functions and they have their own system, and also they protect the internal organs. Right, children? So with this, we understood what are the parts of the skeleton and how they function. Now let's move on to the next one, which is the joints and ligaments. Why do you think joints are important in the skeleton system? As we know that the body of the skeleton, it is made up of different bones. And if you think they are all separate, do you think we would have a structure like this? No. So these bones are joined together to form the whole skeleton system, which gives a framework to the body. In the beginning, I mentioned that we had 270 plus bones at birth, and as we grew, the small bones, they fused together, and now we have 206 bones. So these are the bones that they joined to make the skeleton a framework. Now let us understand what are joints. Joints are where one thing is attached to the other thing. Okay, so one bone is attached to another bone, which is called as the joint, and these joints are held with a strong elastic tissue, which is called as the ligament. So these joints are attached to each other with the elastic tissue, which is called the ligament, and ligament is very important for these joints. There are different joints in the human body. Let's understand them. We have the hinge joint, gliding joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, fixed joint. Children, in the joint, we have two types of joint. One is movable joint, the other is the fixed joint. Those joints that we can move, they are called as the movable joints, and those joints which we can't move, they are called as the fixed joint. I mentioned that the skull has the fixed joint. It cannot be moved except for the lower jaw. So the skull, it comes under the fixed joint. These things, the hinge joint, gliding joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, they come under the movable joint. Let's understand them. The hinge joint, the hinge joint, they move only in one direction. Right, children? The hinge joint, they move only in one direction, like your arm. The arm can move only in this direction, and the knee. The knee also can move in one direction, right? Then we have the gliding joint. Now these are the joints that has complex movement, like the one in your wrist. It can move around, it can go up, back, it can go sideways. We have it in the anklets. So these joints have the gliding joint, which has a complex movement. Then we have the ball and socket joint. These are made up of two bones. One bone has the ball-shaped structure, and the other has a spherical shape. This ball shape, it sits in the spherical bone, and this helps in the movement in a rotational circle. Okay, the one like the shoulder, which we have, which we can move, and the one which is there in the hip, which we can rotate or move in this direction. Okay, and then we have the pivot joint. Now these joints are found in the first two vertebrates. I hope you remember that while we spoke the spine, which are made up of 33 vertebrates, in the first two vertebrates, we have the pivot joint, which will join to the skull. Right, children? So we discussed what is the fixed joint. These are the joints which cannot move. Okay? Do you think it is important that we take care of these joints or these bones? Why do you think it is important, children? We all know that our action or our movement, it depends on these different bones. So it becomes important that we take care of them in the proper way. How can you take care of the bones? We have to have healthy food, the milk, those things which is good in calcium. Those food we are supposed to have, which will help in the growth and strengthening the bones. And then when you're going to sports or any games, you need to make sure that you have protected yourself properly so that the bones are not harmed. While driving, it is important we wear helmet. By mistake, if you meet with an accident or accidentally there is an accident, the helmet will protect the brain, which has the skull. Inside the skull, we have another important organ, which is the brain. Right, children? So, with this, I hope you understood what are joint, what are the different joints, and how are we supposed to protect them. Now, let us understand what is muscles. In the beginning, I mentioned that the skeleton helps in giving place for the muscles to attach. So, muscles are tissues that cover the bone. The muscles are the one that cover the bone. All of you can hold your hand and see. You feel something which is very hard here. That is the bone. And then you have this soft thing which is covering the bone, which is your muscles. Inside we have the muscles. The top layer is the skin. Right, children? Now, under muscles, we have two different kinds of muscles. They are the voluntary muscle and involuntary muscles. What do you mean by voluntary muscles? Voluntary muscles are those which are in our control. Right? Like the hands, the leg, your shoulder. These muscles can move according to your order. Whereas the involuntary muscles that are present in the internal organ, which are attached to the heart, the lungs, or the livers, they work by their own. We cannot control them, right? So voluntary muscles are those which we can control. Involuntary are not under our control. Now these two types of muscles are made up of these three muscles, which is smooth muscle fibers, cardiac muscle fibers, skeleton muscle fibers. Let's study one by one. The first one is the smooth muscle fibers. Where do you find these muscles, children? These muscles are found in your respiratory and circulatory organs. Okay, they do not have band, and they work continuously. They don't get tired, right? So these muscles are found in the circulatory and the respiratory organs. They don't get tired. Next, we have the cardiac muscles. The word cardiac means the heart. The muscles around the heart are of the cardiac muscles. These muscles are covered with the bands, and they are very strong. They work continuously. They don't get tired. That is why we see that the heart is working throughout the day. Let it be day or night, it works continuously because of the help of these muscles. Right, children? And then lastly, we have these skeleton muscles. All the voluntary muscles that are joined to the bones, they have these skeleton muscles. I repeat, all the voluntary muscles that are joined to the bones, they are made up of these skeleton muscle fibers. Now, how it was important that we protect the joints, the bones, it is important that we also take care of the muscles because they form the family with the joint bones, and they form the skeleton, which is the framework of our body. So it is important we take care of all of these by wearing a helmet. We need to give regular exercise to the body. Do not stress the body. And while playing any sports, we need to make sure we have covered ourselves, and we need to eat healthy food. Right, children? I hope you understood what is the skeleton system, the parts of the skeleton. In the skeleton, we have the joints and the muscles, which together makes the entire skeleton system. I hope the chapter is clear to you, children. Please go through the textbook, understand the concept, right? I shall meet you in the next class. Till then, bye, children.